I'm the founder and chair of the board of Aprendalo ESL. We're an ESL organization that teaches English across the world. I'm super happy to be talking to my faculty, my tutors that teach language all over the world. Thank you so much for the work you do today. I wanted to talk to you as educators about the importance of quality sleep, study at Stanford University. And one of the things that I really focus on is understanding how educators can have a better lifestyle and therefore ensure that their students are also able to take advantage of a healthy life skills in their lives. So wanted to start with some basic sleep education pretty briefly. So drowsiness is red alert. This is a famous saying from Stanford professor William Dement. He taught at Stanford for several years, died in 2020, unfortunately. And he created a course on basic sleep education for undergraduates that I'm actually currently enrolled in. And we talk a lot about drowsiness and how that's a red alert. So when you get drowsy, don't allow yourself to fall into sleep, especially when grading papers in the classroom. You'd be surprised how often we as educators are put through a lot of stress. And it's not the boredom and stress that's causing us to get sleepy. It's that we're getting these states of drowsiness in which that is the red alert allowing us to fall into sleep unexpectedly sometimes. Then also there's REM sleep, which is rapid eye movement. It used to be rapid eye movement, but it's called rapid eye movement sleep. This is where dreams take place, and it's key for the brain, health, both physical and mental, and being in a calm state. So good quality REM sleep or REM sleep, super important. And then there's a lot of risks associated with poor quality sleep. These include having a poor diet, motivation, issues with mental health, and just a lack of sleep leads to this lack of exhaustion and could even lead to bigger physical issues down the line. So why is this important? Why am I presenting y'all as my faculty members this content? Why is it so important for us as educators? First thing is teaching is a very active job, right? When we work through ideas and assignments and everything, but also when we're in the classroom, it requires a ton of energy. So if we're falling asleep mid-class or we feel like we're getting drowsy, it's going to be an issue. And so it's really important for us to have the energy to give our students the best. Professor Rafael Paleo also suggests that it's really important for our personal health because your sleep's a reflection of your life. And it's really important for us to be able to reflect positive life for our students, especially since they're pretty impressionable usually. So it's really important that we're being role models and living a healthy lifestyle so that they too will understand that it's really important to be healthy and to sleep well. Because if we ourselves are reflecting, oh my gosh, I'm so exhausted, I have no energy, our students too are going to feed into that. And so we really want to be great role models and educators, not only of content, but for life. And so that's really important to understand. Why am I talking about sleep education to an ESL organization to tutors? It's because that actually is a way for us to empower our students to actually take control of their lives and sleep. Because we're not here just to educate, but we're here to actually do something bigger and actually solve problems. So what are some tips for educators, right? And these are three things I'm starting to do myself. We should be making to-do lists before bed. What are some lesson plans? What are some things that we have that are stressing us out? And then writing them down and then giving those dates and deadlines to yourself and just being really accountable. This will allow us to go into that REM state, that REM state better because it'll make our sleep a less stressful experience and will actually allow us to get some great quality sleep. Also, making a consistent bedtime routine, really important, as this ensures proper digestion. Remember your digestive clock. So it ensures great gut health, but then also starts your day off positively when you're able to wake up maybe a little bit earlier and actually run the day that way. And then the other really important thing is to avoid our screens or devices or phones because the blue light that's emitted of it, these can really diminish our sleep as well. So it's really important that we're having a really consistent routine. Because going to school, if you teach in a high school, later after you work with my organization, or if you teach in college, you might have a very set schedule. So really understanding that sleep should be something that we prioritize through to-do lists, having a consistent routine, also staying off those devices, which is pretty impossible nowadays. But possible. 3 sleep tips for educators to apply in classroom settings. So power naps in class. I would allow students to do this in my classes. And then also dream talks, allowing your students to talk about their dreams and talking about their lives and what's reflected through that would be good activities in English as a second language, English and foreign language classes. So students can get to know one another in a very creative manner, but also really creates an environment in which it's acceptable to talk about this and acceptable to have sleep education in classes, right, that focus on the human experience at large, which includes a lot of the humanities. And then flexible rules on assignments. This is super important to educators. Often we tend to overload students with a lot of information, give a bunch of exams, and while this might seem interesting, it's really important for us to understand that if our goal is for our students to live healthy lives as well, we cannot be doing this. We need to have definitely more flexible rules and making it easy for students to actually sleep as opposed to just having them do busy work all day long. So hopefully, as an ESL tutor at Aprendalo, you're able to use these. Although we don't teach in physical classrooms, we teach in virtual classrooms, giving positive vibes in terms of spreading the sleep education is really important. It's something that I've really focused on again as a student at Stanford, learning about what makes us healthier educators, and hopefully you're able to take this a step further and forward this in your individual communities. So thank you so much. It's really been a pleasure speaking with you. And you can email me with questions at rdshetty@stanford.edu if you so wish, and I'd be happy to discuss this topic any further. Thank you.